everyone, welcome back to Momentum Money. If you're new here, smash that subscribe button because every Friday we're diving deep into the real strategies that build lasting wealth. Today we're talking about something that's gonna make some of you uncomfortable, but it needs to be said because I see this everywhere and it's honestly heartbreaking. There are people making $200,000 a year who are broke. Doctors, lawyers, tech workers, sales executives, all bringing in six figures, and they're living paycheck to paycheck just like someone making $50,000. Because there's a massive difference between being rich and being wealthy, and most people don't understand this distinction until it's too late. Being rich is about how much you make. Being wealthy is about how much you keep and what you do with it. You can be rich and broke at the same time, but you can't be wealthy and broke. It's literally impossible. Today, I'm breaking down exactly why high earners stay trapped, what wealthy people do differently, and how you can make the shift starting right now, regardless of your income level. Let's get into it. First, let me paint you a picture of what being rich but not wealthy actually looks like. Meet Alex. Alex is a software engineer making $220,000 a year. That puts him in the top 5% of earners in the country. On paper, Alex is crushing it. But here's Alex's reality. He's got a luxury car with a $700 monthly payment because, he deserves it after working hard. He's renting a high-end apartment for $4,000 a month because he wants to live in the nice part of town. He eats out constantly, travels to expensive destinations, has the latest tech, wears designer clothes. His lifestyle screams success. But Alex has maybe $3,000 in his savings account. He's got no investments, no assets generating income, and if he lost his job tomorrow, he'd be in serious trouble within a few months. Alex is rich. He makes a lot of money. But he's not wealthy, not even close. Now meet Sarah. Sarah lives in a modest apartment that costs $1,500 a month. She drives a reliable used car that's paid off. She's not flashy. But here's the thing, Sarah saves and invests 30% of her income. She's been doing this for 7 years. She now has over $100,000 in index funds. She owns a rental property that pays her an extra $1,000 a month. And she's on track to have enough passive income to retire early if she wants. Sarah is wealthy. She's building assets. She's creating freedom. Her money works for her. Same economy. Different outcomes. The difference isn't how much they make, it's what they do with what they make. So why do high earners stay broke? Let me break down the traps that keep people stuck. Trap number 1 is lifestyle inflation. This is the silent killer of wealth. Every time you get a raise or a bonus, you upgrade your lifestyle to match. Better apartment, nicer car, more expensive restaurants, pricier vacations. You're making more money, so you should enjoy it, right? That's what everyone says. The problem is your expenses rise just as fast as your income. So even though you're making way more than you did 5 years ago, you don't actually have more money. You just have more stuff and more bills. Wealthy people do the opposite. When they get a raise, they keep their lifestyle the same and invest the difference. The gap between what they earn and what they spend gets wider over time. That gap is where wealth is built. Trap number 2 is buying liabilities disguised assets. And this one's huge because people genuinely think they're making smart money moves when they're not. A brand new car is not an asset, it's a liability. The second you drive it off the lot, it loses value. And you're paying interest on a depreciating item. That's the opposite of building wealth. A massive house that stretches your budget is not an asset if you're living in it, it's a liability. You're paying property taxes, insurance, maintenance, interest on the mortgage. It's costing you money every month, not making you money. I'm not saying don't buy a car or don't buy a house. I'm saying understand what they actually are. Wealthy people buy assets that put money in their pocket. Stocks, real estate investments, businesses, anything that generates cash flow or appreciates in value. Trap number 3 is keeping up with other people. This is psychological, but it's powerful. You see your coworker buy a Tesla, so you feel like you need one too. Your friend posts vacation pics from Bali, so you book an expensive trip you can't really afford. You're not even buying things because you want them. You're buying them because you think you're supposed to. Because everyone else at your income level has them. It's status signaling. And it's bankrupting people. Wealthy people stop playing this game. They don't care what other people think about their car or their clothes or their house. They care about their net worth. They care about their freedom. That's a completely different scoreboard. It's just different priorities. Number 1, they pay themselves first. This is fundamental. Before paying bills, before spending on anything, wealthy people set aside money for investing. At least 20%, but ideally 30 to 40% of their income. This isn't what's left over at the end of the month. This is what comes off the top. first. Everything else has to fit around that. Most people do it backwards. They pay all their bills, spend on lifestyle, and then try to save whatever's left, which is usually nothing. You can't build wealth with leftovers. Number 2, they buy time and freedom, not stuff. Wealthy people understand that time is the ultimate luxury. They'd rather have a smaller house with no mortgage than a mansion with 30 years of payments. They'd rather drive a paid-off car than have a monthly payment eating into their cash flow. Every financial decision is filtered through this question. Does this move me closer to freedom or further from it? If it doesn't create more freedom, they don't do it. Number 3, they invest aggressively in income-producing assets. This is where real wealth is created. Stocks that pay dividends. Real estate that generates rental income. Businesses. Anything that makes money while they sleep. Rich people buy things. Wealthy people buy cash flow. It's that simple. I know someone who makes $130,000 a year, but he owns 4 rental properties that bring in an extra $5,000 a month. That passive income is building wealth faster than his salary ever could. Number 4, and this is crucial, they have a wealth number, not just an income number. Most people focus on how much they make per year. Wealthy people focus on their net worth and their passive income. They know exactly how much they need invested to cover their lifestyle expenses without working. That's their freedom number, and every financial decision is designed to get them to that number faster. Let me get real personal for a second. I used to be that high earner who was broke. I was making great money, and I had nothing to show for it. Nice apartment, car, always going out, always buying stuff. I felt successful, but I was just trading my income for a lifestyle that looked good on Instagram. Then one day, I actually sat down and calculated my net worth. It was humiliating. I'd been making 6 figures for 3 years and had less than $10,000 in assets. I was rich on paper, but broke in reality. That was my wake-up call. I sold my car and bought a cheaper one in cash. I cut my lifestyle expenses by 40% and started investing that difference. It felt like I was going backwards at first. My life looked less impressive, but my net worth started growing fast. Within 2 years, I had over $100,000 invested. My passive income started kicking in, and for the first time, I felt actual financial security, not just the appearance of it. That's when I understood the difference between being rich and being wealthy. Rich is how you look, wealthy is how you feel. So here's what I want you to do. Pull out your phone right now and open up your notes app. I'm serious. Do this with me. Write down 3 numbers. Number 1, your annual income. Number 2, your total net worth. That's everything you own minus everything you owe. Number 3, your monthly passive income, money you make without actively working for it. For most people, that third number is 0 or close to it, and that's the problem. You can't build wealth if 100% of your income requires you to actively work for it. You're just on a treadmill. Now write down your freedom number. How much passive income would you need each month to cover your basic expenses? For most people, it's somewhere between $3,000 and $6,000 a month. That's your target. That's what you're building toward. Not a bigger salary, not a nicer car, financial freedom. Now, how do you get there? You increase the gap between what you earn and what you spend, and you invest that gap aggressively into income-producing assets every single month without fail. If you're making $100,000 and spending $95,000, you've got $5,000 a year to invest. That's not gonna get you to freedom anytime soon. But if you're making $100,000 and spending $60,000, now you got $40,000 a year to invest. That changes everything. Here's the bottom line. It doesn't matter if you make $50,000 or $500,000. If you're spending everything you make, you're not building wealth. You're just funding a lifestyle. Wealth isn't about how much you make. It's about how much you keep, how much you invest, and how much your money works for you. Stop trying to look rich. Start trying to be wealthy. Those are 2 completely different games, and only one of them leads to actual freedom. If this video hit home, hit that like button, subscribe for more real talk about building wealth every single Friday, and comment below and be honest with yourself. Are you rich or are you wealthy? Where are you really at right now? No judgment. Just awareness, because you can't change what you don't acknowledge. Remember, wealth is about momentum. Small intentional choices that compound over time. You've got this. I'll see you in the next one. Keep building that momentum.